There's another place to play D, and that's up the neck in that classic bar chord right there, so that you are on that. That is a root note. I'm finding all those notes that make up the chord and playing around them. So let's go up here to the bar chord of D. And there's a basic lick, but it's important to understand. So here you are at your bar at the top, and the next bar is down here. You know what I'm talking about. That place is a root note. Ever heard that lick? Sound familiar? It's a great movie too. I never realized Sound of Music. I just thought it was a bunch of kids goofing around and singing with Julie Andrews, and didn't realize that that was the basis of all music. And that is all out of that chord, your bar chord. So as long as you know your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and you can visualize it. So I'm visualizing, even though I'm not playing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, I'm visualizing that when I'm playing the melodic style of guitar playing, and knowing that as long as I stay within the confines in that bar chord there, I call that playing off the bar. There's a bar right there. I'm holding down 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, with that. Now from here I can reach up, either doing this, or take your ring, your index finger, and bar it, so you can reach up to that and play the notes. I'm always reaching for the root note if I'm playing in D. Always reaching for the root note. Reaching for the root note, and then it's how you go about doing it. As long as, and I've been playing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do that whole freaking time there. It's just visualizing where it is. And just vary the way that you play it, and apply it to the song that you're playing, and that's how you make music. And I can't give you tablature because I never play it the same way each time. The only thing that stays the same in this song, literally, is the beginning and the turnaround, and that is in C. So in D, at the beginning, remember I showed you this. Now you're ready to play the beginning of the song. Giving you variations here so you can see what I'm doing, but that's when you do drop down tuning, you always want to find cool ways of beating the heck out of this guitar. These strings are old, but that is that's how I learned it around the campfire, not knowing how Marshall Tucker plays it, you know, but I understood the chord progression and digging into that, and then C, and the C walks down. So you walk it up. So if you're doing that, if you're playing your rhythm like this, and that's how this rhythm goes. Okay, all that whole time I was playing Mary Had, or Julie Andrews singing that. But you can literally take that whole scale where you're playing here, find that bar chord right there for D. Oops, only it's drop down tuning. You know that chord I'm talking about. And apply that same picking strategy, and you're playing in minor. Root note is here now. And don't forget the turnaround. And that is just a different way of playing the C chord, holding on to, sometimes I'll play the whole C, but sometimes I'll just keep the ring finger and go over and do the C with those two fingers and get that open sound. But it's just all about picking the licks. You got to understand the chords. If you don't understand the chords, you're not going to understand the song. You have to have the chord progression in your head, and then once you have the chord progression in your head, find your root notes and know your basic scales, and just keep charging in times of 2, 4, and 8 towards from this root note to that root note, and all the fun stuff that you can put in between, as long as you stay within those scales.